Hi, boys and girls. So today is review day, so we're going to be reviewing both telling time to the hour and telling time to the half hour. So first we're going to watch our video, then I'll be doing a quick activity with you, and then I will show you guys what your work will look like.
Wonder where Professor B is.
Hey, Joey.
Professor! Hey, listen to this. There's some guy named Mel, right? Who goes to the park every day at the same time, okay?
No, wait.
What?
Is this one of your silly jokes?
No! This isn't a joke. It's a math riddle.
Oh, okay, then tell me more.
Okay, so, hey, aren't jokes supposed to be silly?
Oh, no, they are, and your jokes are great. I love them.
Okay, do you want to hear one?
No. First, let's check the math puzzle you're about to tell us, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. So, Mel goes to the park at 2:30. Question is, which clock shows when Mel went to the park? So here we see 3 different clocks with 3 different times.
Yes, I see that.
Okay, so let's see if we can figure this out. So let's see. Let's take first a look at this clock right here.
Okay.
So this clock right here, let's see if we can figure out what time it is. So I see that the short hour hand is right halfway between the 2 and the 3.
Yes, it is.
And the middle hand is pointing straight down at the 6. So this means it's going to be half past something. And half past what? It's going to be the time that came right here, because it's halfway from there, from 2 to 3.
Right.
So this represents 2:30, or 2:30.
Oh.
So 2:30, 2:30. Well, there is 2:30. So
hey, that's it.
That's the one. We're going to put that right there. Okay, now let's see. Now let's take a look at this one. This one, we see that the hour hand is right on the 2, and the minute hand is right on the top. It's facing up.
I think I get it.
Okay, what time is that?
So since that little hand's on the 2.
Yep.
And the big hand's on the 12.
Yep.
That must be 2 o'clock.
Exactly, because the little hand is pointing right to the 2, and so we have 2 o'clock. So that's 2 o'clock. We put that one right there. And let's see if this one is going to be 3:30, which is 3:30. Notice I'm halfway between 3 and 4, which means I'm halfway between. It's 3:30.
Yeah.
So now let's see which one is the right answer. Mel goes to the park at 2:30. Well, that was the first one we saw.
That was the first one.
So, in fact, we see the answer is this one, and we could read it on this clock as 2:30, or on this clock as 2:30 o'clock. Either way, we see it's the same time. That's the time he went to the park.
Oh, thanks, Professor. That helped a lot.
Oh, great. I'm glad it helped, Joey.
Now, do you want to hear one of my jokes?
All right. We have time for one of your jokes.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Why did the math professor throw his watch out the window?
All right, Joey. Why did the math professor throw his watch out the window?
To see time fly. Just the way you make time fly in class.
Good save. Have fun with math. We'll see you soon. Now, I like that.
All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that video. So as we continue here, we are going to be working on hour and half hour. As you can see in this anchor chart, it shows both. So this one is showing the hour at the hour, o'clock, because our minute hand here is pointing at the 12, and our hour hand is pointing straight to the 3. So it's going to say 3 o'clock, okay? Then when we move over to telling time to the half hour, we learned yesterday that our hour hand here is in between the 3 and the 4, and we're always going to be writing the number before the hand because it's not quite to the 4 yet. So it's going to be 3, and we know that we count by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. So it's going to be 3:30, okay? A good little trick, boys and girls, is always to remember that when we're telling time to the half hour, it's always going to be the number before. Okay, so that's the number that we will be writing here. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to do some practice ones with you. so that you know what to do when you guys do your homework tonight. So we're going to be go ahead and looking at our first problem here. So as we can see, as we have our minute hand on the 12 and our hour hand is on the 6. So I know that it is going to be o'clock, 6 o'clock, because it's pointing right at the 6 and it's at the 12, which is o'clock. Okay, go ahead and moving on to the second one here. Well, I see that my minute hand is on the 6, so that tells me it's going to be 30. But my hour hand is in between the 8 and the 7. Remember, we always write the number that comes before, so it's going to be 7:30. Okay, go ahead and moving on to the next one. I see that my minute hand is on the 12. It's going to be o'clock. And my hour hand is right at the 3. So it's going to be 3 o'clock. Alrighty, moving on to the next one here. We have my minute hand is on the 6, so I know that it's going to be 30. So I need to look at my hour hand here, and it's in between the 10 and the 12. It's not quite at the 11, not the 10 and the 12, the 10 and the 11. And it's not quite at the 11 yet, so I know that it's going to have to be 10. So it's going to be 10:30. Okay. Alrighty, so now moving down to here is where I would be writing the little hand. So I'm going to be writing my hour hand and my minute hand. So as I first need to read the time, it says 1 o'clock. So I know that my minute hand is going to be on the 12 and my hour hand is going to be on the 1. Okay, so that's how I would write that time. Moving on to the next one, this one says 2:30. Well, 2:30, I know that my minute hand is going to be on the 6 because that's 30. And my hour hand is going to be in between the 2 and the 3 because it is always the one before. Okay. Moving on to the next one. This one says 9:30. So my minute hand is going to be on the 6. Oops. Sorry. It's going to be on the, gotta make it red. It's going to be on the 6 here. And my hour hand, that small hour hand, it says 9. So that means it's going to be in between the 9 and the 10. So not quite on the 10, but in between, and it's always the one before it. Alrighty, moving on to the very last one. It says 4 o'clock. So my minute hand is going to be on the 12. And my hour hand is going to be pointing right to the 4. All right, boys and girls, so that is how you would write your time. Your homework for tonight is, let me go ahead and kind of make this a little bit bigger. So your homework is this one here. It is 9.8. It's telling time to the hour. So here you would write the time. And the only one where you actually have to draw the hands is this one down here. So please take a picture of this on Seesaw and submit it. I'll see you next time.